Speaking of being honest with you guys, we move on, of course, 7 years down the road to the sequel, to the worst Cabin Fever movie by a mile. And you can't really talk about this movie without the backstory, which I guess I'll, without further ado, introduce it. This is from the year 2009. This is Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever. We'll make that a little bit bigger for y'all. And I guess we'll go ahead and read the brief plot synopsis. A high school prom faces a deadly threat, a flesh-eating virus that spreads via a popular brand of bottled water. Oh, boy. Oh, shit, man. I don't know. Where the hell do we start with this piece of shit? I guess the backstory, that's where you have to start with this movie. So basically what happened was Eli Roth had a bunch of ideas to do the sequel. Lionsgate had bought it, and I think what happened was Lionsgate was kind of caught up in the success of Saw. Of course, Cabin Fever came out, was a $1.5 million movie, made about $30 million plus. Then Saw the following year comes out, and on a budget of 1.2 grosses over $100 million. They were swimming in Saw. They were riding the Saw train all fucking night long, and they weren't stopping that motherfucker until Paranormal Activity stopped them in this very year that this movie comes out in 2009. It beat the fuck out of Saw 6, and then fuck it, let's do the last one in 3D. I think that's what happened. I think that sidetracked anything that a Cabin Fever sequel would have said or meant or been in like 2004, 2005. I think they were just focused on that. So Eli abandoned it. Eli said, let me go do Hostel, which fucking unfortunate that happened because I hate the Hostel movies. And this movie, again, was kind of left in limbo. They brought in an up-and-comer in Ty West who had done films like The Roost, which sucks, as most of his movies do. They brought Ty West in. I know a lot of people like Ty West. Is another guy I've never been big on. Probably even lower on him than Eli Roth, just me. They brought Ty West in. He came up with this script where he was trying to homage John Waters and Todd Solondz, of all people, which I don't think says body horror Cabin Fever movie, but whatever. I mean, I like Todd Solondz films, but for this, really? And I don't even see any of that prevalent in the film, but maybe there's a reason for that. He wrote this kind of like crazy, gory prom movie with all this body horror and paying homage to John Waters and midnight movies and stuff like this. And he made the movie, and basically Lionsgate saw his cut and hated it. And they said, sorry, this is not going to fly. We're going to have to do something. We're going to either have to bring in somebody to do reshoots, or we're going to bring in an editor of our own. We'll figure it out. So 5 months passes by, and Ty West was just sitting with his thumb up his ass, and he said, all right, I'm not waiting anymore. This movie's dead. Like, it seems like they've completely don't like my vision. Let me go do something else. And the movie that he ended up doing something else was House of the Devil, which many consider to be his best movie. Again, another movie I don't fucking like, but people love it. People love House of the Devil. So to each their own. As he leaves to make that movie, that's when Lionsgate sneaks in their new editor. That's when Lionsgate sneaks in their second unit to reshoot a lot of the scenes and stuff that, of course, Ty West wanted to do with Cabin Fever 2. And he had no control of it. He had no interaction with it. He had no input. Nobody asked him anything. They just went ahead and started doing shit behind his back, which is wrong. Lionsgate never should have done that. It's fucked up. It's wrong. You hired the man to do a job. And even if you were unhappy with this version, you should have went with it. And if you're going to do reshoots, if you're going to bring in your own editor, you got to do with the guy's blessing or with him on set. I get it. It's Lionsgate's movie. They produced it. It's their, whatever. It's their money. But you hired Ty. You liked his script enough to bring him in and pay him to make the fucking movie. And then you do this underhanded shit. And I do understand, and I do feel bad for Ty. Basically, what happens is they bring these people in. Ty West said, I don't want anything to do with the fucking movie. I want you to put an Alan Smithy on it. And then basically what happened was they said, no, we're not doing Alan Smithy. The Alan Smithy's not legal anymore. Your name's going on it. Of course, at the time, it gave the film horrible fucking publicity because here's a movie that Ty West is attached to. Yeah, House of the Devil's awesome, but most people's standards. And then, obviously he doesn't want any part of this, but it comes out and, you have all these conflicting stories as to what the fuck. It is a shame, and it's something that we have to talk about here. I mean, while I don't think Ty West is great, and I don't think he's really a good filmmaker, I do feel bad for what happened here. But let's play devil's advocate a little bit. Lionsgate saw the original cut of the movie and did not like it. If that's the case, yeah, it is their movie. But I do think they could have worked with him. I think there was just a more friendly, politically correct, not politically correct, but just right morally way of doing things here. And they didn't do that. They of course, they were swimming in their hundreds of millions in the Saw movies. And they said, oh, we'll bring somebody in. We could polish this up and we'll fix the fucking thing. Unfortunately, what you get is the worst of all four of these movies. It is a piece of fucking shit movie, which is a damn shame. And I know Ty West says if you like the movie, you can't credit him. If you hate the movie, you can't credit him. The way I have always viewed this movie is the first like 50 minutes, maybe 50 to 55 minutes is Ty West's movie. You could tell it has that Ty West kind of signature on it. Whereas at the 50, 55-minute mark, that's when it feels like the reshoot started. And that's where it felt like Lionsgate was trying to take this Cabin Fever sequel and make it feel like a Saw movie. That's when we get the extreme gore and, oh, cut off my arm with a saw because I don't want to get the infection. We have that happen. Like, you could clearly tell once the fucking guys in the suits stepped in. And that's a shame. You could see that like a big, big, big shit stain on this entire movie. But of course, let's get to the movie. It's pretty bad. I mean, the movie opens and they promoted it. Ryder Strong. Ryder Strong's in the fucking movie. Holy shit, he's back from Cabin Fever 1. Ryder Strong is dead by the less than 3-minute mark of this movie. We see Ryder Strong wake up. He's fucking walking out to the road. He gets taken out by a bus, and we get the opening Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever. And then we see Winston again. He's, oh, no, man, it's just a deer, man. It was just a moose, man. Whatever. And then we get this interesting title sequence where we see that the local reservoir was infected by the disease by Ryder Strong. And now it's all being bottled up and it's going to be passed out to the school on the night of their fucking senior prom. Love the setup. I think that's a great setup for a gore galore horror movie. Like, now, okay, the body count's going to be up. The gore is going to be up. We could do like a real homage to like 80s prom movies. You know, there are homages in this to the Prom Night. There's homages in it to Carrie. There's no doubt about that. But the movie itself, it does have that interesting like animated sequence to lead you through to the opening credits. I thought that was the best part of the movie, was that animated sequence right at the beginning to show you how the water and the disease is being distributed. I thought that was really good. And then we get to the fucking high school, and man, we are just introduced to some of the worst characters I've ever seen in a movie. You have freaking Noah Segan, who went on to be in like the Knives Out movies. He's the lead here. He's awful. What a boring, bland, nothing of a protagonist. We have his friend played by Rusty Kelly, who hardly ever went on to act after that as the fucking like out of shape friend who's just a dick and a pervert. We have Alexi, what's her name? Alexi Wasser, who, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be mean, but she is really unattractive lady. Like, horrible to look at. I mean, horrible. In a series with otherwise beautiful women, like the first movie, the fucking third movie, and even in the remake had good-looking women in it. This movie has nobody. I mean, oh my God, horrible-looking lady. And we're introduced to all these terrible characters in this school that none of them have charm, none of them have funny lines, none of them, they're just also poorly written. And they're trying so hard to gross you out. Gross out humor. Oh my God, we're dissecting frogs in class and some of the acid got on the fucking pen and somebody put it in their mouth. That's supposed to gross you out. You have one lady, she has the cabin fever disease, and she just got dumped by her boyfriend. She's a stripper, and she blows the Rusty character in the fucking bathroom, and he sees that she has all these, like, sores on her mouth, and he's like, oh, don't worry, just blow me. Like, I don't care. She also has braces. Fucking stupid. You have some of the weirdest dynamics in the film. Like, we have POV shots of the fucking janitor of the, like, why? And he's a disgruntled janitor who decides to take a fucking piss in the fruit punch bowl that's already infected. Like, just to add on top, oh, you're not just drinking fruit punch that has the cabin fever flesh-eating skin virus. There's also piss in there, because why not? Gratuity. Yeah. Horrible. You have this fat lady named I'm sorry, this overweight lady. I'm sorry. She is obese lady. I don't know. Plump woman. You have her name is Frederica. And for some, I still to this day don't understand the scene. Maybe it was something lost in the reshoots. I don't know. the like popular prom king decides he goes up to her and he's like, "Hey, Frederica, you're looking really cute," and then tries to have sex with her in the fucking swimming pool. And then she has the disease, her fucking teeth fall out, and then she just drowns for no reason. And he tries to save her fat ass, and he falls in and hits the back of his head. So he doesn't even get the virus. He just hits his head and dies in the pool. He drowns. Like what? Like what? Like I don't understand. Like, and he's like, you know, my friend said you'd be an easy fuck. I'm like, dude, you're fucking the prom queen. Why are you hanging out with this 400-pound lady? Like, what? What? Like, why did this man decide to go hogging? Like, I don't understand it at all. It's so fucking odd. All of it is just so weird. You have the prom scene where they do play the prom night song and everything is all right, prom night, which, again, this is the negative show. Granted, I don't like the fucking prom night movie. I hated the original prom night. Always have. Jesus Christ, this is just a fucking mess, man. This entire movie is just such a mess. And I guess, you know, you really can't blame Ty 100%. And I don't know if you could blame Lionsgate 100%. It just seems like a mess all around. Like his vision met their vision and it just shit the bed. Now, to me, if Lionsgate was smart, if Lionsgate was truly smart, they didn't like Ty West's version. That's fine. If I'm Lionsgate, I'm getting 2 for 1 on my money on this. We don't like Ty's version. We'll send in a guy. We could do the edited version. We could bring in the guy to do reshoots. We could do this shit. Right? Okay. You do that. Then when you release it, because it's going direct to video anyway, it's not like anyone's going to care. Why not do like a 2-disc edition where on disc 1 you get the director's cut, disc 2 you get the Lionsgate cut, for lack of the producer's cut, for lack of a better term. Then you have a whole thing where you could have people go, "Oh, I like the West cut. Oh, I like the Lionsgate cut," and you could have people argue about it, similar way to how the Marks argue about Halloween 6. "Oh, yeah, I like the producer's cut. It explains more." "Oh, no, I like the theatrical cut. There's more gore." You know, you could have all the fucking Marks argue all day and charge them double for it. If I'm Lionsgate, and they were smart, they knew how to market, they knew how to run that fucking money train and milk that cow until it couldn't fucking be milked no more. I can't believe they didn't do that here. Instead, they just stepped on everybody's toes. They went in behind everybody's backs and fucking destroyed what maybe could have been a good movie. Granted, I don't think there was any saving this because I don't think Ty West is good anyway. I think his version probably did suck. I don't doubt that the cut that Lionsgate saw sucked. I really don't. And that's the thing that, you know, a lot of people love Ty. "I love Ty West. Maxine, X, oh, Pearl." Like, you know, all your fucking Marks in the semi. Let's be honest. You're all in the fucking, "Oh, Mia Goth." You know, that's what you're doing. It's you can't wait for this show to end so you can get in the fucking semicircle and put your arms around each other and start jerking off to fucking Mia and her fucking gothness. That's what you're waiting to do. All you Ty West motherfuckers. Oh, X was so good. I can't believe. Have you seen X? Yeah, I've seen X. It's called The Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Eaten Alive meets a fucking shitty porno. That's what I've seen. That's what I saw. All 4 of my fucking eyes. That's what I saw. Come on. I don't doubt that whatever the fuck he put in this movie, whatever his cut was, probably fucking sucked too. That's where, you know, the whole disconnect where people, "Oh, Lionsgate." It was fucking wrong. Morally, no matter how I feel about Ty West, it was morally wrong. But if you're smart, why don't you fucking do what you did anyway? Say, "Hey, we're going to bring in somebody. We're going to do our cut of the movie, you know, bygones, but we're still going to release yours. It's still going to be on fucking disc 1. And we thank you for the work that you did. You hired them, you motherfuckers. And then it was going direct to video anyway. It wasn't like this was a big theatrical fucking thing. It wasn't like, "Oh, you know, we're afraid we're going to lose people in the theater." This didn't go to a fucking theater. I look at this. This was a fucking cursed movie. And what do I mean by that? They were going to show this movie early at a festival. It was like I'm sorry, not a festival. It was at a horror convention. They fucking had this whole auditorium. I forget where it was. It might have been a Horror Hound, might have been a Fright Night. I don't remember what convention it was. But they fill out this auditorium of people. "We're going to show Cabin Fever 2. All the Marks are getting ready." And the disc broke. The disc of Cabin Fever 2 that they were going to show broke, and they couldn't show the film. If that doesn't say your movie's got bad karma, if that doesn't say your movie is fucking cursed, I don't know what fucking does. If that happened to me, I would have said shelve this forever, lock it up, and hope it never sees the fucking light of day. And I wish that would have happened because this is a piece of shit and I wasted an hour and 20 something minutes of my fucking life rewatching it. There is a needless subplot of fucking Winston walking around town. Oh, here's Winston meeting Judah Freelander. Here's Winston meeting fucking oh my god, what's his fucking name? I can't believe Larry Fessenden. Here's Winston and Larry Fessenden meeting in a pancake house. Larry Fessenden has no lines, and oh my god, he bleeds to death from the virus while he's eating pancakes. Whoa. What a mess. What a fucking mess. The SWAT team comes in by the end of it. The whole prom scene where we're finally going to get our gore reel. We have people throwing up blood into each other's mouths and faces. What, like, it's just, and it's poor. And again, it felt like the disease took a back seat to like the government when they pop in and start shooting people. Like, what? Like, what? Why is the SWAT team here? Like, weird, man. And then people start cutting their limbs off like it's fucking Saw. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Lionsgate, I do think, is the main problem. They are the main culprit here because they wanted it to be something it wasn't. They had their heads so far up the Saw ass that they didn't know where fucking Cabin Fever 2 began and Saw ended. They just couldn't figure it out. And I do think they drowned this film. But like I said, at the same time, I can only imagine what Ty West's cut would have been. And I know probably people would have gravitated towards that because we just tend to lean towards the filmmaker and their vision and shit like that. And I totally get that. And I probably maybe have been in the same boat if there were two cuts of this movie. And I think, like I said, if they were smart, 2-disc special edition, you want both cuts, we're going to hit them $10 more a disc, $10 more a disc. This sold like monkey shit on DVD. I don't even think it grossed $1 million on DVD. And it was like a $5 million movie. And that's before reshoots. So this was a huge bomb for them. They ended up, I think, selling the rights. So Cabin Fever 3 is not Lionsgate project. It's just a shame. It really is a shame. This is something that was a good idea on paper. You had an up-and-comer in Ty West, which, again, for all the things I don't like about him, people seem to like him. People really enjoy his work. That's cool. That's awesome. That's great. Maybe you robbed those people of what would have been a really, really good cult classic sequel. And it's a age-old tale of how Hollywood's fucked up. You look at why Hollywood's fucked up, you look no further than the spring fever, right?